Once upon a time, Excalibur was a new and modern mega resort on the Las Vegas Strip.
In the old days, dealers knew your name, what you drank, what you played. Today, it's like checking into an airport. And if you order room service, you're lucky if you get it by Thursday.
Now, more than 30 years later, this is regarded as one of the worst properties on the Strip. But if you're on a tight budget, could this actually be a viable option? Spoiler alert, the answer is surprisingly yes. At a cost of $290 million, this medieval-themed hotel and casino first opened in June of 1990, with close to 4,000 rooms. Excalibur is located on the southern end of the Las Vegas Strip, between New York, and Luxor. The property occupies approximately 50 acres of prime Vegas real estate on the corner of the Tropicana-Las Vegas Boulevard intersection. I've walked through this property countless times, and Aaron and I always joked that one day it'd be fun to stay here. So here we are, checking in for our 2-night stay in the castle. We arrived early at about 10:30 a.m., and despite no longer having any status with MGM, we only had to wait in line for about 5 minutes. Better yet, we were able to check in without any kind of additional early check-in fee. Our room was located in the Royal Tower on the 18th floor. First impressions of the room here at Excalibur. What can you really say? It's Excalibur. You have to set your expectations, and given what my expectations were, the property is really not that bad. The room's not that bad. We are here in the Royal Tower on the 18th floor. And this property, the highest floor is 28 floors, but the tower that we're in actually has 18 floors, so kind of cool that we're on the top floor here. And you walk into the room and kind of what you'd expect, but overall, I would say kind of on the larger side for an economical property. The entry-level room, good amount of space here, smells clean, smells fresh. So you can see here we have a king-size bed. Obviously the furniture is pretty dated. I think that they have a big opportunity here if they were to renovate the property, but obviously that's not happening. Who knows when and if that'll happen. The bathroom though, pretty large. Actually, this bathroom is definitely larger than the bathroom we had at New York. I also like how the shower is not a curtain, but rather you have the sliding door, even again, although it's not the nicest shower. Can't really be too disappointed given what we're expecting. We also have a nice view facing east towards the airport, towards Tropicana, soon to be a part of Las Vegas history. and then to the north facing MGM Grand. So in terms of dining options at Excalibur, virtually all of them are casual dining options. You have the food court with Popeyes, Pickup Sticks, which is a Chinese restaurant. You have Krispy Kreme, you have Cinnabon. In terms of other casual options, fast food type options, you have Johnny Rockets, you have Baja Fresh, which frankly I think is a really good option, relatively inexpensive option. You can find something healthy there if that's important to you. I would definitely eat there. In terms of restaurants, you have Dick's, which seems like it could be fun, but doesn't really appeal to me personally. You also have Tap Sports Bar, which is a decent option. I've eaten at the one at MGM Grand and thought it was pretty good. Maybe not great, but good. You also have the buffet here, which I have eaten at in November of 2022. I didn't have the best experience, but in retrospect, I think that was because it was Thanksgiving and it was completely packed and we had to wait an hour to get herded in. But objectively, this buffet I would say is an okay value for what you'll find on the strip. The nicest restaurant on site is seemingly Buca di Beppo, which I know is kind of funny, as I never really viewed this as a nice restaurant. I've walked by this place so many times and never thought I'd eat here. I always saw it as a tourist trap, serving low quality Italian food. But for whatever reason, we decided to give it a shot. And I'm really glad we did, because the food was way better than I expected. We started off with some bread and a really tasty antipasto salad, which had salami, pepperoni, along with gorgonzola and feta cheese. Then we had the chicken saltimbocca, which had artichokes and prosciutto in a lemon butter sauce. It was surprisingly incredible, better than some more expensive, higher-end Italian restaurants I've been to on the strip. Everything here is served family style, and the size we ordered is supposed to serve 2 to 3 people. I don't know about 3 people, but this was, I would say, enough for the 2 of us. The casino at Excalibur is probably one of the best parts about this property, and it's pretty big, featuring over 90,000 square feet of gaming space. For comparison, Luxor next door only has about 65,000 square feet of space. My favorite part is the high decorative ceilings, which to me makes this casino feel a bit more upscale than what you would expect to find at a low-end budget property. The casino here has a fun, busy energy to it. And as you would probably expect, you'll also find lower minimums for table games than at higher-end properties, which to me is another bonus. The fitness center at Excalibur took me completely by surprise. I never would have expected it to be this nice. For a hotel gym, this fitness center is spacious, with high ceilings and an open layout, including views south towards Luxor and Mandalay Bay. There is more than enough equipment, including machines, barbells, and dumbbells up to 100 pounds. I never thought I'd be saying this prior to actually staying here, but if you're looking for a less expensive hotel on the strip, but you still want to have access to a nice gym, I think you can't go wrong with Excalibur. This trip was in March and the pool wasn't open yet. Here are a couple of videos I took from the gym. The pool is really nothing special, but it is relatively large, and you also have a cool backdrop with Luxor and Mandalay Bay in the distance. So let's wrap this up and let me tell you what I would rate Excalibur. And I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised with my stay at Excalibur. Didn't really expect much. I've walked through there many times and actually kind of like the casino. It smells good, it's fun, it has nice ceilings, has a good vibe, but I always thought that it was just kind of a dump to stay there. Like the hotel, the rooms are in line with what you would expect, kind of like a Best Western or a Motel 6, an old Holiday Inn, just at a grand scale. And in many ways, that is what it is, frankly, if we're being candid here. But overall, the vibe for the value you're getting, I mean, the location overall is the reason you would stay there. That's the best part of the hotel. That's the main thing that it has going for it. We paid virtually nothing. That room was comped. We did have to pay resort fees because we no longer have status. So $30 a night, $35 a night, maybe $40 a night when you put in the tax. So for that price, I think it's fair. I think it's a good deal given its location on the Strip. If obviously it's going to depend on when you're staying here, if it's the weekend, what's going on here. But if you can stay anywhere else, Luxor, Mandalay Bay, any other property close by, that's going to be a better option. I think they have an opportunity. If they were to renovate those rooms, it would be close to as nice as New York overall. I mean, New York definitely has the better dining options. It has the roller coaster, so it still has some things going for it. But Excalibur has a cool vibe. They could do a nice renovation, the theme, the royalty. Will they ever do that? Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe they'll just tear it down. I honestly have no idea. Another thing that I liked about actually a couple of things. Number one is our dinner. I loved our dinner at Buca di Beppo. I never would have expected that. It is really good. You might be watching this going, you have no clue what you're talking about. You don't know what good Italian food is. But I would encourage you to try it. I really liked it. I liked it more than a lot of other quote-unquote upscale, high-end Italian dining options on the Strip that cost more. And funny enough, we went to Resorts World last night to Crossroads, and it was good. It was a good ambiance. It was upscale, but I thought Buca di Beppo, the dinner there, blew it away in terms of the food. It was way better. And if you would have told me that was going to be the case, I never would have expected that. So that was a pleasant surprise. Another thing that really surprised me about Excalibur was the gym. I love the gym. And I realize most people watching this could care less about the gym. They're probably fast forwarding right now. But for me, somebody who likes to work out, this gym was amazing. I never would have expected that. It was way nicer than Planet Hollywood. Planet Hollywood just has a decent amount of equipment, but just a closed off room, carpeted room, no windows, no vibe. This gym felt so fresh, so open, large ceilings, nice view, tons of equipment. So that was awesome. So overall, really slept well every night at Excalibur. The bed, you lay into it and it does feel a little stiff, but I got used to it. It was comfortable. I had good night's sleep both nights. The air conditioner worked well. Maybe my expectations were just so low and it wasn't hard to meet and exceed them. But overall, I had a good experience at Excalibur. For what it is, it's obviously not Bellagio, but for what it is, to me, it's a good value. I would recommend it. I went in, frankly, thinking it was probably going to be somewhere in the 3s in terms of my rating. And I think that I would rate it a 4.2. That sounds about right. And that might seem, on a scale 1 to 10, that might seem low to you. But I think for on the Strip, what it has to offer, I would have, before staying there, rated it lower. So even though that sounds odd to me, that's a solid rating, a 4.2 that I'm going to give Excalibur. We had a fun time there. It was the first property Erin ever stayed at when she was 10 years old. So it has some nostalgia for her and subsequently me. And overall, if you're considering it, if the price is right, I would definitely recommend it. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.